about luxury cruising. From sweet so sweet to ships elite. Come explore the world in style with me on Luxury Cruising, the podcast.
And now a word from our sponsor. Here at Luxury Cruising, we love the finer things in life. There's nothing finer and more luxurious than being coached by Bev Aron. Bev Aron Coaching is luxury coaching. At Bev Aron Coaching, you get coached only by Bev. It's intimate, it's personal, it's deep. Are you starting a business? Growing your business? Looking for a husband? Looking to improve the relationship with the husband you have? Do you want to lose weight or accept your body exactly the way it is? And anything else. If you want to up-level your life in the most luxurious and supported way, Bev Aron Coaching is for you. Find her at bevaron.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Luxury Cruising. Today, we are continuing our exploration of the different classes of lines, and we are going to be doing our luxury lines today. So lines like Regent, Seabourn, Silver Sea, Krystal, Viking, and Oceana. Let's start with Regent Seven Seas. And Regent Seven Seas considers itself to be proudly opulent. It is known for its all-inclusive fares that cover everything from business class flights, pre-cruise luxury hotel stays, and all the shore excursions. They offer luxury suites that can be adorned with Picasso lithographs, grand pianos, marble floors, and crystal chandeliers, all to set the stage so that you know you're going to have a luxurious cruise experience. Regent offers two types of all-inclusive fare options. All the fares come with the unlimited shore excursions, all the specialty restaurants at no added cost, fine wines, drinks, specialty coffee. Plus, you get a customizable in-suite minibar that can be filled up as often as daily. You have 24-hour in-suite dining, one night pre-cruise hotel if you have a concierge suite or higher. Of course, there's unlimited Wi-Fi, laundry service, prepaid gratuities, and unlimited access to their spa facilities. They also offer what's called the ultimate all-inclusive fare, and that includes round-trip flights with the flexibility to choose your preferred air class, coach transfers between the airport and ship, and up to $500 per suite or $250 per person for a private transfer. One thing to know about Regent is that while the suites on Seven Seas cruises all feature ocean views, the majority, but not every room, includes a private balcony. All the suites have balconies, but not every room is a suite. Those non-suite categories may not have a balcony. You just have to be very careful when either you or your travel agent are choosing the room. There are specific cabin types where the focus is more on what they call interior luxury rather than outside space. Overall, the emphasis is on providing a luxurious and scenic experience. Within the stateroom, you get always a massive walk-in closet, double sink bathrooms. If you're looking at one of the top Regent suites, especially on some of their newer suites, it's going to be like a mini mansion suite with rich decor, a large bathroom, separate dining area, living area, and bar, so that if you want to do any in-suite entertainment, you have the room for it. Some even have a private spa with sauna and steam rooms, and of course, that quintessential Steinway piano. What says suite more than having a grand piano? The most recent ships on Regent are the Seven Seas Explorers, the Seven Seas Splendor, and the Seven Seas Grandeur. And these are all suite ships. So there's no need to worry about that special room situation. And they have oversized balconies. Their balconies are more than 83 square feet, which is much larger than a regular ship. I think the square footage of balconies on most ships are in the 50 feet range. They have marble bathrooms. The penthouse suite also has, of course, butler service and free gratuities and Wi-Fi. On Regent Seven Seas, the dining, of course, is an exquisite experience. You've got gourmet restaurants, poolside grills, elegant lounges. Compass Rose is the main dining room with an extensive continental menu that's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Prime 7 is their steakhouse. Sette Mare is their Italian food, and Pacific Rim is their Asian-inspired restaurant. Finally, you've got Chartreuse if you want some French classics with a modern twist. I really feel like it's like taking your taste buds on a world tour without ever having to leave the ship. For the restaurants, while the atmosphere is definitely elegant, the dress code is generally relaxed. So be sure to check your guidelines, but you should find a comfortable balance between casual and um, formal wear. Since they are smaller ships, it means that you can get into smaller, less known ports that larger ships can't access. Another common theme in our luxury lines, and you'll find in our next segment on small luxury lines. So that really gives the guests a more intimate and authentic experience. It is all inclusive, so your shore exclusions are included, and many of their itineraries include longer stays in port so that you can fully explore the port and really immerse yourself in that local culture. Next, I'm going to talk about Silver Sea. Silver Sea is owned by Royal Caribbean, which means that there is status match. And if you have a high status on Royal Caribbean or on Celebrity, then there is some status match for Silver Sea. But what that means in Silver Sea is, maybe a discount up to 10%, which is not a lot. But when you're spending over 5 figures on a trip, that 10% adds up. This luxury cruise line describes itself as delivering stylish, contemporary luxury. It's more streamlined than opulent, and it's complemented by pleasantly extreme pampering, quote unquote. If you do qualify for some of the higher status matches, you get complimentary laundry service, as well as if you are booked in some of the higher end suites. At the time of this recording, Silver Sea has 8 ocean ships and 4 expedition ships. The ocean ships are all under 1,000 guests, with the Silver Whisper and the Silver Shadow being under 400 guests. So again, smaller ships allow you to get into really diverse geographic itineraries, anywhere from the Arctic to Antarctica. When you're sailing in the polar regions, each guest even receives, a free little jacket to keep you warm and cozy. Every Silver Sea ship passenger stays in a suite. Like we said, they're all suite ships. They all have a butler service. Even in the smallest ships heading to remote areas like the Galapagos, you get a butler. So let your butler take care of your hiking gear while you soak the day of hiking off in a marbled bathtub or shower with Bulgari bath products. I mean, just thinking about that makes me feel indulgent. Silver Sea ships offer a wide choice of dining venues that are designed to satisfy as many tastes as possible. You can get anything from sushi to foie gras to a great thin crust pizza. Beer and wine is included, and they have a program which I really love called SALT, Sea and Land Taste Program, that focuses on experiencing authentic, locally sourced food through creating authentic meals with locally sourced ingredients prepared in ways that respect the local traditions. They bring on experts who can share insight into each dish or beverage. The program also features culinary for focused excursions, which I think is awesome. Who doesn't love a food and wine tour? As for the excursions, speaking of the excursions on Silver Sea, at least one complimentary shore excursion in every port is included. Many of the excursions offer private arrangements. And of course, the skip the line option, which I just love. I love that, cross the velvet rope feeling. Excursions can range from city tours and sightseeing, snorkeling, diving. You get the picture. Iconic landmarks like Machu Picchu, but also going to those hard to reach off the beaten path ports. We'll move on to Seabourn, which is owned by Carnival Corporation. Their ships are between 200 to 600 passengers, with the aim to deliver comfortable, modern luxury that allows you to be as fancy or casual as you like. This is an award winning cruise line that has all suite ships and is known for its onboard service and over the top food, including complimentary caviar and champagne Keller steakhouses. You can go to dinner fully decked out in a tuxedo or ball gown or go jacket optional. That's mostly fine. They do have some formal nights, but on those nights, only in the main dining room, which is called the restaurant, is that tuxedo, suit or slacks, and jacket required. Ladies in their evening gown or other formal attire. If you prefer not to dress up for formal night, then the dress code in other venues is just casual elegance. If you want to be super duper casual, of course, you can just have a meal in your suite on your veranda, and that's totally included. There's never an extra charge for dining at whatever venue in whatever way you would like. Seabourn is a member of the Chaîne des Rosiers. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, which is one of the world's most prestigious gastronomic societies, which is devoted to the art of fine dining. All the dining venues are included and nearly all are open seating. So literally you can dine where you want, when you want, with whoever you would like, and dressed in whatever way you would like, for the most part. Seabourn Ovation and Seabourn Encore have a traditional sushi restaurant, whereas Seabourn Odyssey, Sojourn, Quest, Venture, and Seabourn Pursuit offer what's called Sushi in the Club, which serves a variety of light sushi bites and freshly made to order food. The club is intended to be a really fun spot on Seabourn. It's a lounge that offers variety, entertainment, opportunities for socializing. During the day, the club is a really popular spot for hanging out, afternoon tea, and then in the evening, it transforms into their club, and you can find live music or a DJ. The club also has a terrace, a pool, two jacuzzis, and really is intended to be just a relaxing space to unwind and chill out. In the restaurant, which is Seabourn's main dining room, the chefs are continually creative. They have a promise that there will be 2 new recipes each week. So this assures variety, especially on longer sailings, or if you're doing back to back, or if you're just a frequent Seabourn cruiser. Of course, there is a sommelier to help you choose from one of the complimentary wines that you can have with lunch or dinner. Complimentary champagne is available anytime, anywhere, upon request. In fact, back in the day, this was one of the first things that drew me to Seabourn. When I first started cruising and first just looking into cruising and absorbing everything I could, I saw that Seabourn offered this caviar in the surf. This is a signature event that's offered on select Seabourn cruises where guests enjoy a luxurious beach barbecue with caviar and champagne served directly in the water. So cool. So you have to picture this beautiful secluded beach that's just for Seabourn guests. You're inside the clear turquoise water, and a Seabourn staff member wades into the water with chilled champagne and caviar on a surfboard. And that's paired with a lavish beach barbecue buffet with fresh lobster, barbecued meats, local fruits, etc., blah, 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 right? Fully stocked bar. I mean, this is a below deck kind of beach barbecue. love it. Seabourn suites, of course, come with a personalized suite host and suite attendant to make sure everything is just the way you want it. You've got a luxurious um, bathroom, a bar with selections with all the wines and drinks that you could have you desire. Um, I said the bathroom is gorgeous. It's got marble, double vanity, shower and tub. And even your bath products have an exclusive scent that was created just for Seabourn, which I think is totally cool. And you can even get bath oil from your stateroom attendant. The Seabourn expedition ships have Swarovski binoculars for guests to use. And they are known for their really luxurious. You can get a private tour, including a private car and guides, so that it's really an experience that is tailored to your desire. Full day or half day tours, they're designed to tailor to the passengers' requests. The line's two newest ships are under 300 passengers, and they are designed to be polar class, which means they can operate in the ice-filled waters of the Arctic and Antarctica. They've got submarines for under the sea views, which I think is amazing. So Seabourn is definitely up there on my bucket list of cruise lines. Really, any of these are, but I definitely want some caviar in the sea or to go into the Arctic in a submarine. I'm going to move on to Krystal Cruises that recently resumed operations after their pandemic hiatus. Krystal Cruises has long been considered one of the most prestigious and exclusive cruise lines. It really caters to very discerning clientele. It's known for its glitzy upper tier experience with butler service for top suite categories, specialty dining options like a Nobu restaurant. And at the time of this recording, it's brought back two of its ocean ships, the 606 passenger Krystal Symphony and the 740 passenger Krystal Serenity. Although it already has plans for expanding to more. You don't have to be staying in a suite for exceptional service on Krystal Cruises. Their staff to guest ratio on their ships is one of the highest in industry. That ensures that each guest receives personalized attention. If you're staying in the penthouse suite or above, you'll enjoy the added luxury of a tuxedo wearing butler that takes care of and makes sure that everything you need is taken care of, from unpacking your luggage to arranging your dining experiences to even having Nobu sushi brought to your room. Dining on Krystal Cruises is a true culinary delight. They offer a range of exquisite options, a sense of dine anytime in luxury, but not formality. Their culinary offerings are crafted by Michelin star chefs, including Chef Nobu, who has a Peruvian and Japanese inspired fusion creations. That restaurant is called Umi Uma. They also have the Waterside restaurant, which is what they consider their main dining room, where you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the menu changes daily to provide diversity in your selection of dishes. For more relaxed dining, they have a buffet called the Lido Cafe. So if you just want to jump in for a non-formal dinner, you can do that. They also have specialty restaurants on Krystal Cruises. They have a chef's table experience, which you can imagine is like the most ultimate chef's table experience you've ever had. You've got the vintage room, which is a wine-themed dining experience. And then you've got sushi, sashimi, and other Japanese delicacies. Of course, in-suite dining is available anytime, 24 hours a day. All the dining, including the specialty restaurants and beverages, are included in your cruise fare. Krystal Cruises really is renowned for its exceptional service. Its staff, wait staff, sommeliers wants to cater to their guests' ultimate dining preferences and need. Krystal has a really interesting, enriching onboard programs where they bring on amazing expert guest speakers, authors, diplomats, celebrities. They also have what's called the Creative Learning Institute, which offers classes in everything from languages to music, wellness, wine tasting, you name it. If you are a tech enthusiast, they've got Computer University at Sea, which provides technology classes and personalized device assistance, which is always nice. Within their itineraries and shore excursions, Krystal Cruises offer unique itineraries that take you to both the popular and off the beaten path location. What sets Krystal apart from the other cruise lines is that they regularly extend their time in port to allow for a truly immersive experience in the local culture. Their shore excursions have exclusive experiences like private tours, after hours museum visits, and special cultural performances just for Krystal cruise passengers. Love it. Also, definitely on the list. Not to be let out of my must experience cruise lines is Viking. Viking is really starting to expand its footprint. It has a particularly large footprint when it comes to river cruises, especially European river cruises. Whether it's the Danube, Rhine, or Douro, Viking has a river cruise itinerary for almost every major waterway in Europe. Viking also operates river cruises on the Nile, the Mekong, which is also high on my list. They've even recently begun trips on the Mississippi River. In 2015, Viking expanded to ocean cruising and has 6 or 7 ocean ships as of this recording. Viking ships are a perfect blend of comfort, style, and functionality, all wrapped up in that quintessential clean Scandinavian design. The look is sleek and sophisticated without the opulence you might find on other luxury cruise lines. Viking prides itself on understated elegance in that signature Scandinavian feel. Whether you're on an ocean ship or an expedition vessel or a riverboat, you find yourself surrounded by clean lines, natural light, and that sense of understated elegance. Viking's design philosophy is all about creating spaces that are as functional as they are beautiful. It offers a refined atmosphere where you can truly relax and enjoy the journey. Viking has 2 expedition ships, the Viking Polaris and the Viking Octanus, with under 400 passengers. And these ships are the polar class ships so that you can get to either one of the poles. What's a specific first for these ships is that they have a boarding area for excursions. They have a boarding area for the excursion crafts that are actually inside the ship. So you don't have to go out into the cold to get into your excursion craft, which I think is awesome. Their cabins have floor to ceiling glass windows, so you can slide it open to let the fresh air in, or if you want to see the polar landscape from the warmth of inside your room, your view is not obscured. Viking's pricing is inclusive, but not all inclusive. So what does that mean? It means that necessities like Wi-Fi, self-service laundry are complimentary, as are all non-alcoholic beverages, beer and wine with lunch and dinner. And so you might not be getting every possible item bundled in, but what you do get is a nice balance of inclusivity that covers the essentials without overwhelming you with their hidden costs, right? Because all the other cruise lines, it's complimentary, but that complimentary adds into the cost. When it comes to dining, Viking is not going to disappoint. Guests can enjoy meals in multiple onboard venues, also included from casual to fine dining. There's afternoon tea that is served at the Winter Garden adjacent to the main pool, which I personally can't wait to experience. The Viking cabins don't scream opulence, they whisper luxury. Every room comes with a private balcony, quiet closing drawers. My husband will love that. Heated bathroom floors. I would love that. And it's this kind of attention to detail that makes Viking accommodations stand out, that deliver, comfort, elegance, and convenience all at the same time. The last thing I'll mention about Viking and what I really like about them is that the cruise line is really all about the destination. You can tune into Viking TV and get a glimpse of their philosophy about how to explore a destination. Their itineraries are packed, and Viking does offer one free shore excursion at every port. So you can look at do your research on Viking TV and then pick your excursion without having to worry about an extra cost. The last line I'm going to talk about today is Oceana cruises. And for Oceana cruises, luxury means more space to spread out. And there are many options on Oceana where you can really just be on your own. It's that approach to upscale cruising that makes Oceana stand out. It's got a fleet of 600 to 1,200 passenger ships with a range of luxury staterooms that are designed for comfort and elegance. Their accommodations are also known for their generous space. French veranda staterooms start around 240 square feet, which is nice. It's a good, generous space. And you can get all the way up to a suite. Your French veranda staterooms start at around 240 square feet. So you can tell that that's already a nice, generous space for an entry-level stateroom. For guests staying in concierge level veranda staterooms, you get your personalized concierge service on the highest end suites, like the owner suite, the Vista suite, the penthouse suites. You've got the epitome of residential luxury and comfort. Spacious living areas, separate bedrooms, private verandas with hot tubs. For these suites, you've got exclusive suite-only privileges like a 24-hour butler service, course-by-course in-suite dining, which I think is really sweet. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but I hope it means that somebody comes in and here's your appetizer, here's your dinner. I'm not sure how they would figure that out, and it wouldn't take 3 hours, but in my fantasy, that's what it is. These suites just are intended to, create a really indulgent and opulent experience. Foodies will drool over the menus in your all-included venues, which can be French, Italian, Asian, and a steakhouse cuisines. You can splurge in a wine pair dinner at La Reserve, or enjoy a gourmet multi-course menu with an intimate group of people at Privé. Oceana offers hands-on cooking experiences with a class in the Culinary Center, or you can explore the food culture ashore with a culinary discovery tour. So it's really all about the food on Oceana. But it also embraces wellness. What's got a spa called the Aquamar Spa and Vitality Center. You could also have wellness-themed shore excursions. And the fitness classes are complimentary, which I haven't heard of before, which I think is great. And all of the restaurants have plant-based items on their menus. Oceana's fares are not as all-inclusive as some of the other lines we've mentioned, but you can choose a higher priced fare that's more inclusive. Occasionally the line will have a simply more promotion. Sometimes they even run promotions where you have a fare that includes airfare, airport transfers, complimentary Wi-Fi, et cetera, et cetera. Before I wrap up, I want to summarize the child policies for each of the cruise lines, because these cruise lines aren't geared towards families, but that doesn't mean that children are not allowed. Regent Seven Seas cruises, a child must be at least 1 year old to sail, and they have no specific programs for children, but they are welcome on board. For Seabourn, children under 21 are not permitted to book a cruise, and any guest under 21 must travel with an adult that is 21 or old. For Silver Sea, children as young as 6 months old can sail, but they must be accompanied by an adult that's over 21. Krystal, children must be at least 6 months old to sail, no formal program, but they do have babysitting services available, which I think is nice. On Oceana, also that 6-month-old criteria to sail. On Oceana, children under 18 must share a stateroom with an adult that's 18 or older. And then finally, Viking. Viking is only one of very few cruise lines that does not allow children under 18 at all. Viking has a strict policy that all guests must be 18 by their departure date. So that's our wrap up of the luxury cruise lines. Next week, we're going to talk about the smaller luxury lines. That'll wrap up this series that I've done on the different types of ships. So I hope that you will tune in for our next episode. And until then, I wish you lots of luxury cruising. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Luxury Cruising. If you have a luxury cruising experience you'd like to share, please email me at luxurycruisingpodcast@gmail.com. That's luxurycruisingpodcast, all one word, @gmail.com.